Today's video is a pack with me for Centre Parcs. We're heading back to Centre Parcs. It will be our second trip here as a young family, and today I'm sharing exactly what I'll be packing for our short trip away. So if you're new to Centre Parcs or even a regular and fancy seeing what we pack, then keep on watching. Start off with some of the practical / essentials, that sort of thing, just to get us going, and then I will move on to like clothes, all that sort of stuff. So let's just dive straight in. I think I'll start with the chargers. This is a little case that I've got that's literally got all of our chargers in it practically. It's like a little organiser, and there's so many chargers in here for everything. That's what it looks like. And the only extra ones that I can't fit in there are the boys' Tony's box charger, and I'll take my toothbrush charger too, electric toothbrush. So I'm going to leave that in this bag this is what I'm going to put it in, just like a shopping bag, because it's like open and easy to grab. So that's all the chargers. I'll put that on top actually in a bit. But then I've also got my GoPro case. It's got another charger in there. It's got all of my GoPro handles. It's got my flotation thing. So that's just like some techie bits. And then my handheld tripod, because I'll be vlogging. So I'm going to put that in this bag. And then like more onto like kitchen stuff now. I've got a roll of kitchen roll. It's quite a small petite one, so I thought that was quite a good size to pack. We've got 2 young children, as I would have mentioned already, so that's just an essential. Then I've got 2 packets of baby wipes, just like extra ones. I'll put them in there too. And then I'm also taking some toilet roll. You do need to take toilet roll because there aren't like loads in the lodges, and so I think I've got about 5 in there. It's just like a couple of extra. Like I always think like maybe just pack for like 1 toilet roll a day in case anyone gets ill and sick. I'd rather have more than I need to, because I can always bring the toilet rolls home. I'd much rather have more than we need to with things like that, because you just never know if someone gets sick. Hopefully not, but you've always got extra. And then I've got this pouch here. It's got a zip on it, and it's got some like kitcheny bits that I might need. So I've got some spare dishcloths. I'm not planning on washing up, but you just never know if you need a dishcloth or something. And then I've got a little tin here with some spare dishwasher tablets. I think you get 2 or 3 when you get there, and you get a little bit of washing up liquid. And then I've also got my own tea towel, because I just prefer to take my own. And I've also got my own oven glove as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be even using the oven, but I've got so many spare oven gloves, I'd rather just take my own. Something else that I'm going to be adding into this bag of kitchen essentially bits is some like spare bin sacks, because I'm not sure how many they provide at Centre Parcs. And also, if you do have really young children, something that I'm going to be packing this year, which I didn't last year and I wished I had, are these a spare couple of plug socket covers, because if your children are really young and they're into everything, a bit like my 2 boys are, I do remember last year they were sort of clambering up, and there was a plug socket by the telly that they would sort of drawn to it. So I just grabbed a couple of plug socket covers, because they're really light to take, and just for peace of mind that they're not going to be poking their fingers in any plug sockets, I thought I'd just grab a couple. What I'm going to keep really close to the top is bicarbonate of soda and another microfiber cloth, just in case anyone's sick on the journey down there. We've had a lot of sickness recently, so I'm just getting extra prepared. So I've got a box of bicarbonate of soda. I just thought I'd take a box of Yorkshire tea bags. There's 40 in there, so obviously we're not going to drink all of that, and we won't be using all of them, but we'll just bring them home. I thought that was just a nice little neat box. I got that in Pound Shop, and I'm going to leave them on top. And then I've got some filter coffee I'm going to take, because there was a coffee press pot last time we went to Centre Parcs, so I'll take a little bit of loose coffee. Now that I've filled this bag up a bit more, I'll put my chargers on top. I've got a spare dummy there, because Jasper still has a dummy for nap times and stuff. So that's a lot of it done. Then I'm going to take a whole packet of nappies. My older toddler is potty trained, but he wears a nappy for naps and bedtime, so he might still like have a nap when I'm not really sure what's going to go on. But he wears a nappy for like when he sleeps basically. And then Jasper we're going to start him potty training when we get home, but last time I didn't take enough nappies, so I think I'm just going to take the whole packet of nappies this time, just to be on the safe side, because again, we could always bring them home, there's no big deal. So that is what this bag of like essentially bits looks like there. Then in terms of potty, we always keep the porta potty, like the carry potty, in the car, but I think for the lodge I might just try and take this toilet seat. I think there'll be a step, like a little step for Elliot to step up onto the toilet with, and because this is just going to be a little bit easier for me to pack than another spare potty. If he doesn't want to use it, I will have the carry potty that I know he'll use, but hopefully he might just sit on the toilet while we're at Centre Parcs, make it a little bit easier for us. So yeah, I'm going to take that for Elliot. And now I'm going to move on to things I'm putting in my suitcase but I still class as like practical essentially bits. So I'm going to take 2 cot sheets for the boys, because last time they didn't have that sort of thing, so they're just like some old cot sheets there, and I'll put them at the bottom. Then I've got, to move it closer now, I've got this which has got loads and loads of medicines in it. It's got medicines for the boys, paracetamol, their ibuprofen, got a little syringe for the boys' medicine. So this has got like everything that we could possibly need, literally full, and it's got painkillers for us because we did end up, like the first couple of days last time we went to Centre Parcs, like when we arrived we had a bit of a headache from the drive, which was a bit stressful because we had car issues on the way last time, and I'm thinking that we're probably going to have a headache when we get there this time because it's just, we're going to the Longleat one, which is a bit further as well, and we went to Elvedon last year, so I thought I'd just pack plenty of painkillers. That's got all of our medicines and first aid stuff, so I'll pop that at the bottom of the suitcase actually because it's quite heavy. It's got jars of medicine. Then I've got this beautiful Cath Kidston wash bag, and it's a double one. I thought this was really practical because on one side I've got all of mine and Oliver's bits, and then on the other side I've got the boys' like bath and bedtime toothbrushing stuff. So it's got like a mini baby Dove for the boys, it's got their sunscreen, it's got their toothbrushes, it's got some rubber ducks for their bath. So that's their side, and I've also a hack that I saw, I can't remember who I saw it from, but I really like it. It's to use a makeup brush to put on sunscreen on the children's faces because sometimes they don't like having sunscreen put on their face, and it's actually a really good hack. So I'll just like, because we use the Nivea Kids spray one, so I'll spray like a pump in my hand, and then I'll like put it on like face paint, like makeup. They really like that, so that's actually a really good hack. So yeah, that's the Nivea that we've got there. Travel sized bubble bath too, because the boys do still quite like a bubble bath, so that's got all of their bits on their side. And then like for my side, I've got my sunscreen, I've got my Wild deodorant, which I really like. I do actually have a discount code for that. This was my old case. They've recently sent me a case, but I thought this just went so nicely with the wash bag, I had to use the old case. So I've got the Wild deodorant there, some shampoo and conditioner in some travel bottle, some of my moisturiser in a little pot. Focus isn't very good today, sorry. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of my face cream in there, got my menstrual cup because I think around the end of my holiday my period is due and I'm quite clockwork at the minute, so I'm just going to take that because that is just the best thing that I've ever used for my periods, a menstrual cup. I love it, it's so convenient for swimming. If it was to come early, I'll still be able to swim, no problem with the menstrual cup. So yeah, I think that's everything. And then I will take my electric toothbrush, and this is the case that I've got. I haven't got it in there now because obviously I'll still be using that, but this is the travel case that it came with, and you can put your like toothbrush heads in one side and the toothbrush in that bit, so I'm leaving that by the wash bag to remind me. So that's all of like the essentials, I would say. And I will also take my makeup bag as well. I actually didn't wear any makeup to Centre Parcs last year because we were so busy. The kids were really young last year. They're still young, but I'm hoping that I might be able to get some makeup on. I was thinking maybe one evening, if it's nice, we might just like put some nice clothes on. I've got like a nice dress, try and get some family pictures or something. I'm very ambitious there, aren't I? That's probably not going to happen, unrealistic. So that's what the wash bag looks like when it's all shut up. It's so beautiful, like I love lilac, and it's really practical. You fit so much in there. So all of our wash bits are in there. I've just got to include my toothbrush. I did have a travel toothpaste in there too, so I'm going to pop that in the bottom as well because it's heavy. Sticking with the theme of like practical things. I'm now going to be talking to you about a rucksack that I'm packing. Again, it's the same Cath Kids and Print. This is for me, obviously. I've got 2 boys, I will be wearing this, but I thought I'd show you what I'm taking to entertain the children with. I feel like last year I did not take nearly enough stuff to entertain the boys with, like when we were back at the lodge and kind of on the go, so I'm definitely going to have a lot more things to entertain the 2 toddlers with this time. So this is what I'm taking for them. I thought I'd just show you. If you don't have like really young children, you can skip. I'll put timestamps. So I've got this clipboard here with some colouring paper. It's just like plain colouring paper underneath, and then I've got 2 of these sticker activity books. Toy Story, well, it's Disney Pixar. So it's got Monsters. The boys quite like Monsters Inc. at the moment, so it's got all stuff for them to do, and I thought the clipboard would be handy for them to lean on. There is only one because I don't think that Jasper's still quite young, but I thought we'd just take that. It's quite handy. So there's a couple of sticker books there, and then for the plain paper, I've got this stamp set to take with that. I was just thinking, like, if you get a rainy morning or a rainy afternoon or like a grey morning, or if the boys just need some downtime after they've had like all the kind of like run around of being crazy at Centre Parcs. And then I'm taking a couple of Julia Donaldson books. We've got Monkey Puzzle here and the Gruffalo here as well, just some paperback ones because they're just lighter to take. They both quite like them, so I will put them like at the back of the clipboard there. So that clipboard fits in the rucksack like really nicely, so I'll put that at the back to kind of shape the bag quite well. And so they're the stamps there too. I saw this on Instagram actually. These are these little suction spinning toys. I just thought I'd pick them up, and I did let the boys play with them when they turned up, and they really liked them, so I thought I'd get them for Centre Parcs. I thought we could just stick them on the like patio doors. It's just something that might entertain them for 10-15 minutes if we were trying to do, like, we're going to mostly be eating, like bringing our own food to Centre Parcs, so I just thought if I needed to cook and they needed to entertain themselves, they've got these like spinny toy things, and they're quite fun, quite good fun. So that's in there. And then I've got 2 little small buckets, and there's some spades in there as well because there are like man-made beaches at Centre Parcs, and I didn't take anything like that last year. So there's like a bucket and spade in there, and I put the spinny things inside it just to kind of compact it down. So I'm putting that in this bag. And then I've got these like little nets and couple of small tiny balls, and we can either take them swimming with us, or they can just like play about with them outside or in the lodge. That can't really do much damage. It's like the smallest ball ever, and it's like a shark's face. I just thought they looked like something they might play with for a little bit. Also in this rucksack, because this is kind of cool, obviously I won't be taking all these things out like when we're like on the go, but it will be the rucksack that I use. It's Nivea roll-on. These are so practical. I really rate these roll-on sunscreens. We used to use Child's Farm, but I've gone off Child's Farm because it just used to make the boys' clothes. It stained it. It was so greasy, and it used to stain all their clothes and make them yellow. And this is like practically half the price. Sorry, the focus is crazy today. It's like half the price, and it doesn't make the clothes yellow. It's nowhere near as greasy. So I'm just putting one of them roll-on sunscreens for on the go in the little side pocket here. As well as putting that in, I've got these Peppa Pig bubbles. These are really handy because they've got the bubble wand like attached to the lid. You know, like sometimes you get bubbles that are really cheap and the handle's like you can't get to the handle and the kids like drop the handle, but I like the ones where the handle is actually in the lid, so it's more travel friendly, like on the go. So I've got one of them each for the boys. There's like a little zip bit at the front, and then I've got some more bubbles. I just thought these little bubble ones looked really cute. So just like small bubble ones for on the go. And then also in that front zip pocket I've got their sunglasses. They probably won't wear them, but I will keep them in the bag in case they decide they want to. We'll also take their hats each in this bag. And then I don't think this is going to fit in the bag, but this is also what I'm taking to entertain the children with. Their Tony's box they really like. How awkward is this? Bought loads of characters for them, but they really like the free one that comes with the box. So I've got to take that because they really like that one. Then I've got the Gruffalo here as well, considering that we've got the book and then like we're in a forest and woods, so I've got the Gruffalo. And then as a little treat for them, I have bought them a new one, this Monsters one, which I'm going to give them when we get there. They don't know they've got this one yet, so it's a new little Sully. So I thought that would be something like nice to listen to, a new one while we're there. So I'll put the Sully in the rucksack, but I think I'm going to have to put the box somewhere else. Bought some new cups for them with a straw, and I've got a little Paw Patrol ball that they can kick around. So that's basically the rucksack finish. The rucksack looks like, with all those things that I just showed you, basically minus the Tony's box. So that's not too heavy. I've also got this box of toys, so it's got like dinosaurs, it's got cars, it's got a couple more flashing balls, it's got like a singing helicopter-y thing, just some like small toys that they can play with in the lodge. So I'll probably put that one in the suitcase because I don't think that's going to fit anywhere else. I just wanted to quickly add that these are some more practical bits that I am packing for the boys. I've got this large clip here that I use for the porta potty, like the Kerry potty. We can just clip it onto the buggy and it's just an easy way of carrying the potty around if we use that for Elliot. Hopefully he'll use his little foldable toilet seat, but I've got that just in case. Then these are also some feeding bits that I've got for the boys. I've got a couple of these Tommy Tippy travel bibs. They just fold really nicely because they are still quite messy when they eat, so I thought I would pack some of them. And then I'm taking 2 plates for the boys, these plastic plates, because I'm pretty sure last year there wasn't anything that the boys could eat. I think it was all like china plates, so I'm going to take these this time, and like some spoons and cutlery, that kind of thing. That's everything in terms of practical bits, so I'm now going to just run you through all the clothing that we're taking. Laid everything out on the bed here just to show you that this is how I'm going to pack it. This is everything apart from my husband's stuff. He will probably just give me a few bits of clothing the day before we go that I'll put in the suitcase for him. It will literally just be shorts and a couple of t-shirts, knowing Oliver. But this is what I'm taking for the children. So what I've done, I've laid it out. We're going to be there across 3 days. So I've got a pair of shorts for each day and 2 t-shirts for each day. T-shirts get more messy than shorts, so I've got 2 t-shirts for each day. We're going to be swimming for quite a good chunk of the day anyway, but that's more than enough clothes for the day. So here are the t-shirts. Here I've also got a pair of jeans to take in case it was a bit on the chilly side, and obviously the jeans might not get as messy, so I've got a pair of jeans each. And I'm going to be using these packing cubes. What I've decided to do, because the boys wear matching clothes still, that's how I like to dress them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these packing cubes to put in an outfit for each day, so I don't have to think each day like what they're going to wear today. The packing cube is going to kind of just dictate and tell me what they're going to wear. Starting off, I am going to take a thin, lightweight jacket. It's not waterproof, but I'm hoping it's not going to rain. If the weather does look like it's going to rain, I'll have to put a waterproof jacket in as well. They'll have that each. And then I've also got their welly boots in this plastic swimming bag. I thought that was just really handy. So they're going. This is kind of like the bad weather container, like cube that I'm using. So there's a coat in there each and a pair of welly boots each. So that is that packing cube there. I'm going to put that at the bottom. Hopefully we're not going to want it anyway, like I say. Right, so for this cube here, as you can see, it's got like socks in it for the day, Elliot's pants. So I'm going to put Jasper's jeans here, and then basically each day I can just get a packing cube out. They don't have small coat hangers for children anyway, so basically I'll just leave their clothes in these packing cubes and it'll be a lot easier, I think. Okay, so there is one day in the packing cube, so I'll show you the packing cubes for their outfits when I'm finished with them. This is what the packing cubes look like. I've got this one here open to show you because as well as their outfits for the day, I'm just going to take a pair of like comfy jogging bottoms that they can wear in the lodge if it's a little bit chilly. So they've got a pair of them just to slouch in in the lodge. And then also in this one I'm going to put their pyjamas because there's quite a bit of space in this one. I've got 2 tops for them each and then their bottoms. It is quite chilly in the lodge even in summer, so hopefully they'll be warm enough. If it looks like it's going to be on the chilly side, I'll probably pack a couple of vests as well. So I'm going to just pop them in there now as well. 1 day, 2 days, another day, and their pyjamas too. So these are the clothes that I'm taking. I'm going to take my denim dungarees, and I can take a couple of t-shirts. I don't really know what I'm going to feel like wearing when I'm there because it is all weather dependent. And then I've got this ribbed Primark dress which I thought was quite casual, but it's also quite light. And then I've got a couple of summer dresses too, and I've got my pyjamas, pants and some socks, and I will put a bra in at the, I want to take the bra that I'm wearing actually. So I'm just going to fold this up. Suitcase packed behind me here. All I've got to add, like I say, is like a pair of shorts for my husband, a few t-shirts for him. I've got this bag of jelly sandals for the boys here, and then I've got their trainers here. I've just got to decide what pair to take, so I'm going to do that maybe the day before, and I'll put them in here. I'll put the Tony's charger on top. I've got a hairbrush too, and then I'm just going to shove in some sandals for myself. Again, if the weather looks like it's going to be a bit iffy, I will put some more practical shoes in here. I'll take my wellies if I really have to as well. I'm going to drive in some like slip-on Skechers, so I put my trainers there. Ooh, it looks really full. And the last thing that I've got to show you is just quickly our swimming stuff. What we will do, last year I ended up putting the swimming stuff like all in the suitcase, but I'm going to just keep it in the swimming bags so that all the swim stuff is literally just ready for us to go on the first day. So these are the 2 bags that we take swimming. So this is just like an old Nike rucksack. So what we've got in here for the 2 toddlers is these Speedo life jackets. They're really handy. They're bright red, but just they stand out like really nicely in the life jacket. So one inside is slightly smaller for Jasper, but he will need the bigger size one too. I got these off Vinted for an absolute steal. You know that I love Vinted. So I've got them in there. The smaller one, Jasper's one, goes inside the other one, so that's quite handy for packing. Then I've got this pouch here, which is when I did reusable nappies for a bit. It's from Bell's Bums, and it's really handy when you've got 2 children because there's 2 compartments. So it's got like a top bit and a bottom bit, so I use the top bit for Elliot's and the bottom bit for Jasper's, or vice versa. So they wear a rash vest, these swim pants and some trunks. So the same goes for Jasper. Swim pants, trunks and a bright green rash vest in there. So that is literally all ready to go for swimming. That bag there. I also keep a old carrier bag to put like wet swimming costumes in. There's swimming towels. I've got mine and my husband's swimming towels, swimming costumes. I've got 2 to take. So 2 swim towels. Flip-flops, I've got a couple of pair of flip-flops to take. I was to lose a pair. These came with some travel containers. It was a clear plastic pouch. I thought that'd be really handy for like putting some wet swimwear in, so I'm going to keep them in the swimming bags. Right, there's the swimming bags all packed. So I have one bag that's got all of the dry towels in. I'll have the dry clothes in as well, like when we're actually swimming, and then this one's got like their life jackets and the swimming costumes. I will wrap it up for you. My boys are up from their nap now. Sorry if it's been a bit long and rambly, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I will see you in the Centre Parcs vlogs.